Dear students, Namaste and welcome back to a new mathematics session. In the previous session, we have discussed direction ratios and direction cosines of a directed line segment. Hope you have revised well. In today's session, we shall discuss the equation of a line in space, point parallel form and two-point form. Let's move on to the topic. Before moving on to the session, let me introduce two terms for you. The first one is the Cartesian equation. It is just an algebraic expression. For example, ax plus by plus cz is equal to 0. It's an equation containing x, y and z terms. And the next one is vector equation. It is quite familiar for us. It is just an equation involving vectors. Example, 5i cap plus 2j cap minus 4k cap. Let's begin today's session. Equation of a line in space. Equation of a line through a given point and parallel to a given vector, vector b. That is called point parallel form. We are going to form the equation of a line through a given point. A particular point will be given to you and also parallel to a given vector, that is vector b. One point and a parallel vector is given to you means how to find the equation of a line. That is what the topic. Here, first one is vector equation or vector form. That is vector r is equal to vector a plus lambda into vector b. Vector r is equal to vector a. Vector a in the sense the position vector of the given point and plus lambda into vector b. Vector b means it is a parallel vector. Then next one is Cartesian form. Cartesian form in the sense x minus x1 by a is equal to y minus y1 by b equal to z minus z1 by c. Here x1, y1 and z1 are the point, that is which we are taking given point, and a, b, c are the direction ratios of the parallel vector. x1, y1 and z1 are the given coordinates of the given point, and a, b, c are the direction ratios of the vector b, that is a parallel vector. And please note that if L, M and N are the direction cosines of the line, the equation of the line is x minus x1 by L is equal to y minus y1 by M is equal to z minus z1 by N. Here, while writing Cartesian form, if the direction ratios are given to you, direction ratios of the parallel vector is given to you, then we can use this formula x minus x1 by A equal to y minus y1 by b equal to z minus z1 by c. Instead of these direction ratios, if direction cosines of the parallel vector is given to you, then x minus x1 by L equal to y minus y1 by M is equal to z minus z1 by N. This formula you can use. So these formulas you have to by heart in the examination point of view. But here I am just including the proof also because that is not for the examination purpose. But for solving the question, it is necessary how you are deriving this equation. If you know this one, that will be easy for you to solve the given questions. Here, consider the coordinate axis x, y and z. The point of intersection is O and there is a directed line segment L is taken. Then a point A is also taken. This is point A. That is a given point. And we have to take a parallel vector, that is vector b, which is parallel to the line L. And let's take another point P, arbitrary point P on the line L. Then we have to find out the position vector of A, that is OA. We have to join OA and OP. The position vector of P we need to calculate. Then position vector of A we have to take as vector A, and position vector of P we have to take it as vector R. Here it is clear that vector AP is parallel to vector B. Vector AP is parallel to vector B. So if one vector is parallel to the another one, then we can write as one as the scalar multiple of another one. That is vector AP is equal to lambda into vector B. Here lambda is the scalar. So vector AP we know how to calculate. position vector of P minus position vector of A. So position vector of P minus position vector of A, in the sense position vector of P we know, that is R. Position vector of A we know, that is A vector. So R minus A, that is vector AP, equal to lambda into vector B. From here R we can calculate. R is equal to this minus A we can bring to the right side. So A plus lambda into vector B. So this is the vector form of the equation. Next, let's take the Cartesian form, that is, let's take the point P as arbitrary point P as x, y, z, and the given point as x1, y1, z1, and vector B we can take as AI plus BJ plus CK. The arbitrary point P we have taken as x, y, z, and the given point A we have taken as x1, y1, z1, and vector B let's assume as AI plus BJ plus CK. Then vector R we can write, that is xi plus yj plus zk, because the direction ratios x, y, and z, or the coordinates are x, y, z. So the vector form when we write, that is vector R is equal to xi plus yj plus zk we have written. And vector A, that is position vector of A, that is the coordinate of A is x1, y1, z1. So we can write it as x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. Then vector B we have taken as a1 I cap plus bj cap plus c k cap. Then let's substitute it in equation number 1. Equation number 1 is vector R minus vector A is equal to lambda into vector B. So here R minus A, I am doing the calculation together. R minus A, in the sense this is R, this is A. So here I cap, if you take common, x minus x1 will come. So x minus x1 into I cap, then y minus y1 into j cap, z minus z1 into k cap. On the right side it is same, that is lambda into B is this one. So when we write x minus x1 into I cap, that is R minus A, plus y minus y1 into j cap plus z minus z1 into k cap is equal to lambda into B, that is on the right side part, that is lambda into B is B vector, it is given AI plus BJ plus CK. So lambda into AI plus BJ plus CK. So here two vectors are equal. Two vectors are equal in the sense their corresponding components are equal. Before equating the components, here little bit of work we have to do. Just to remove the bracket. X minus x1 into I cap plus y minus y1 into j cap plus z minus z1 into k cap is equal to, when you take lambda inside, lambda AI plus lambda bj plus lambda ck cap. Then we can equate the components, that is x minus x1 is equal to lambda A. Here I component is x minus x1, here I component is lambda A. They are equal because the vectors are equal. Then y minus y1 is equal to lambda B, and z minus z1 is equal to lambda C. Then x minus x1 by A. Here x minus x1, if you take A left side, it comes as a denominator. X minus x1 by A equal to lambda. Here also y minus y1 by B is equal to lambda. Here x minus x1 by C is equal to lambda. Means everywhere we are getting right side lambda. So the left sides will be equal. That is x minus x1 by A equal to y minus y1 by B equal to z minus z1 by C. That is written here. This is the Cartesian form of the equation. Then from here we can derive one more formula, and just to keep it in mind, later we can use while solving the question. The coordinates of the arbitrary point P we can easily calculate, that is x, y, and z. So x we can calculate as this A, we can cross multiply it, that is actually x minus x1 by A is lambda. From here we will get x minus x1 by A is equal to lambda. From here if you calculate x, it comes as x1 plus lambda A, and if you calculate y from here, that is y1 plus lambda B. This y1 we have to bring to the right side. From here z we can calculate, that is z is equal to z1 plus lambda C. So these formulas are, or these formulas can be useful if you are asked to calculate x, y, and z. So this is the way these two equations are derived, and this is not for the examination point of view, but it is useful for calculating or for solving the questions if you know the procedure. Next, equation of a line passing through two given points, that is 2-point form. We have to find out the equation of a line passing through two given points. In the previous topic, we have discussed equation of a line passing through one point and a parallel vector. So one point and parallel vector was the previous one, that is called point parallel form. And here equation of a line passing through two given points. Here two given points are given, that's why it is called 2-point form. Previous one was one point and a parallel, that is point parallel form. This one is 2-point form. Here let's take a diagram as before. The coordinate axis x, y and z we have taken. The point of intersection is O and there is a line AB. The points are marked, given points, that is A and B are the given points, and P is an arbitrary point like before we have taken, and the position vector of A, that is OA, is vector A. Position vector of P, that is OP, we have taken as vector R, and position vector of B, that is OB, we have taken as vector B. Here let vector A and vector B be the position vectors of 2 points A x1 y1 z1 and B x2 y2 z2. This x1 y1 z1 and x2 y2 z2 we don't want just now, because we are going to form the vector equation. So this one I have not marked here in the diagram. Later on we will mark, because that is useful while calculating or while deriving the Cartesian form. Next one is, let vector R be the position vector of an arbitrary point P x y z. Arbitrary point in the sense any general point on that particular line. In the previous topic also we have taken the arbitrary point as P. Here also same P we are taking. Arbitrary point in the sense any general point on that particular line AB. So P we have taken, coordinates x y z, and the position vector OP is R. Then vector AP and vector AB are collinear vectors. AP and AB are collinear vectors because AP and B are lying on the same line, or these two vectors are representing or are on the same line. Here collinearity of vectors and parallel vectors, both the conditions are same. That is, one vector will be the scalar multiple of the another one. That is, AP is equal to lambda into AB. Here AP we can calculate, vector AP is vector position vector of P minus position vector of A. Position vector of P is R, position vector of A is A. So AP is R minus A, and AB we can calculate. Vector AB is position vector of B minus position vector of A. Position vector of B is this one, vector B, and the position vector of A is this one, vector A. So P minus A. Let's substitute it, that is AP. AP is vector R minus vector A is equal to lambda into AB. Vector AB is B minus A. So that is substituted. That is R is equal to, vector R is equal to, this minus A vector will come to the right side. That is vector A plus lambda into vector B minus vector A. So this is the equation or the vector equation of a line which is passing through two given points. So two given points in the sense vector A plus lambda into vector B minus vector A. Then let's mark it as equation number 1 and we will go for Cartesian form. For that, the arbitrary point P we have taken before as x, y, z, and the given point, the first point is x1, y1, z1, and the second point is x2, y2, z2. Then vector R we can write, vector R is xi plus yj plus zk, that is this one, vector R in the sense position vector of P, that is xi plus yj plus zk, and vector A, that is position vector of A, OA, that is equal to x1i plus y1j plus z1k. Then B, position vector of B, that is OB, we have marked as B, vector B. Vector B is equal to x2i plus y2j plus z2k. Then substitute it in equation number 1. Vector R. Vector R is xi plus yj plus zk is equal to, on the right side, vector A. Vector A is x1i plus y1j plus z1k plus lambda into B minus A. Lambda into B minus A in the sense as before we have taken the I components together, j components and k components together. That is x2 minus x1. Because we need B minus A. B minus A in the sense first is x2, then second one is x1. So x2 minus x1 into I cap plus y2 minus y1 into j cap plus z2 minus z1 into k cap. Lambda is outside, that is written. That is equal to xi plus yj plus zk is equal to, on the right side little bit of pairing we have to do, that is I components, here one x1 is there, here one lambda into x2 minus x1 is there. So we have to take together. So x1 plus lambda into x2 minus x1 into I cap, plus here also there is one y1 along with j cap. Here lambda into y2 minus y1 along with j cap. So lambda y1 plus lambda into y2 minus y1 into j cap, plus same in case of z also same. Here there is one z1 and here there is lambda into z2 minus z1. So z1 plus lambda into z2 minus z1 into k cap. Now two vectors are equal in the sense their components are equal. That is, from here x we can calculate x is equal to, here I component is x1 plus lambda into x2 minus x1, and y, j component is here y, here j component is y1 plus lambda into y2 minus y1, they are equal. And also here z component is k component is z, and here k component is z1 plus lambda into z2 minus z1. So z is equal to z1 plus lambda into z2 minus z1. Then let's take this lambda separately on the right side. That is, this x1 we have to bring to the left side. That is x minus x1 divided by this x2 minus x1. That is, x minus x1 by x2 minus x1 is equal to lambda. And here in case of y also same. This y1 we have to bring to the left side. That is y minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1. That is equal to lambda. And here z1 we have to bring to the left side. That is z minus z1 by z2 minus z1. That is equal to lambda. Here right side all are same. So left side will be equal. That is x minus x1 by x2 minus x1 equal to y minus y1 by y2 minus y1 equal to z minus z1 by z2 minus z1. So here this is the Cartesian form of the equation, that is 2-point form. Here x1, y1, z1 are the first point coordinates and x2, y2, z2 are the second point coordinates. Next we shall discuss the shortest distance between two lines. Here, if two lines in space intersect at a point, then the shortest distance between them is 0. Intersecting lines means shortest distance 0. Like this, two lines are intersecting at a point, so the shortest distance between these two lines is 0. Next, if two lines in space are parallel, then the shortest distance between them will be the perpendicular distance. That is, the length of the perpendicular drawn from a point on one line onto the other line. This one we have already learned in smaller classes. When two parallel lines are given to you, the shortest distance between the parallel lines means the perpendicular distance. So here two parallel lines are given, the perpendicular distance is the shortest distance. And in a space, there are lines which are neither intersecting nor parallel. In the previous classes or the smaller classes, we have learned about only two types of lines. One is intersecting lines, another one is parallel lines. Here the third type is coming. There are lines which are neither intersecting nor parallel. In fact, such pair of lines are non-coplanar. They are not in the same plane and are called skew lines. The lines which are neither intersecting nor parallel are called skew lines. Once again, the lines which are neither intersecting nor parallel are called skew lines. So let's take an example for skew lines. So this is a three-dimensional coordinate system. Here there is a cuboid is shown here, that is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And consider this as a room. Okay. If this is considered as a room, there are two lines which is marked here. One is GE and another one is DB. This GE is a line passing through the two corners, opposite corners of the ceiling. So G and E. One line is passing through the opposite corners of the ceiling. And another line is passing through one corner of the ceiling, that is here at D, which is directly above A, and it is passing through the bottom corner, that is B. So the second line is passing through the point with D, which is on the ceiling, one corner of the ceiling, that is directly above A, and it is passing through the point or the corner B, which is on the floor. So GE and DB are skew lines, because when you consider this room as a plane, these GE and DB are neither intersecting and they are not parallel also. So therefore GE and DB are skew lines. And the shortest distance between two lines, we mean the join of a point in one line with one point on the other line, so that the length of the line segment so obtained is the shortest distance. For skew lines, the line of the shortest distance will be perpendicular to both the lines. That is here perpendicular to GE as well as perpendicular to DB as well. Let's go for finding the formula for distance between two skew lines. Here derivation it is not required. So just giving the formula only. Let L1 and L2 be the two skew lines with equations R is equal to A plus lambda B, A1 plus lambda B1, and again R is equal to A2 plus mu into B2. So this is when you get a question or when you get an equation, you must quickly identify in which form it is. This is point parallel form, means passing through a point and parallel to a vector. That is vector R is equal to A1 plus lambda B1. Again vector R is equal to A2 plus mu into B2. Here the distance between two skew lines or the shortest distance between them is D is equal to modulus of B1 cross B2 dot A2 minus A1 divided by modulus of B1 cross B2. So you need to by heart this formula. D is equal to modulus of B1 cross B2 dot A2 minus A1 divided by modulus of B1 cross B2. So when an equation in this form, you must quickly identify what is A1, what is B1, what is A2, what is B2. That is very important to put or to substitute in this formula. This is the first formula, and another one is, this is vector form, and another one is as before the Cartesian form. The shortest distance between the lines L1, that is x minus x1 by A1 equal to y minus y1 by B1 is equal to z minus z1 by C1. And L2, the line second line is x minus x2 by A2 equal to y minus y2 by B2 equal to z minus z2 by C2. It is quite clear in the equation itself. It is Cartesian form. The equations are given in Cartesian form. So it is better to use this formula. Even this formula also you can use, but for easy way to calculate, this is better. So here determinant x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1, a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2. See this x1 y1 z1, x2 y2 z2, a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2 and all will get from here. Without mistake you have to identify and write down. Divided by root of b1 c2 minus b2 c1 the whole square plus c1 a2 minus c2 a1 the whole square plus a1 b2 minus a2 b1 the whole square. So there is a short form to identify this or to write this one without mistake, so that we will discuss while solving the questions. The denominator, how to write b1 c2 b2 c1 c1 a2 c2 a1 a1 b2 a2 b1, how to write this one without mistake, that we will learn it while solving the questions. So first of all you have to by heart these formulas. Next we shall discuss the distance between parallel lines. Here two lines L1 and L2 are given to you. They are parallel and we are asked to calculate the distance between these two parallel lines, that is PT, modulus of PT we have to calculate. So here also the proof is not required. So just we need the formula only. If two lines L1 and L2 are parallel, then they are coplanar. Let the lines given by vector R is equal to A1 plus lambda into vector B and vector R is equal to A2 plus mu into vector B. So L1 and L2 are parallel, means they are coplanar. Coplanar in the sense they are in the same plane, and the equation of two lines are given to you here, and the required distance, that is D, is equal to the perpendicular distance, that is PT. Modulus of PT is equal to modulus of B cross A2 minus A1 divided by modulus of B. So D is equal to modulus of B cross A2 minus A1 divided by modulus of B. So by heart this formula as well. Next we shall bring all the formulas of lines in a plane under one frame. First one is concept, next vector equation and Cartesian equation. Two types we have studied, vector equation and Cartesian equation. First one, point parallel form, means line passing through a point whose position vector is vector A and is parallel to a given vector B, that is vector R is equal to A plus lambda B. and a line passing through a point x1, y1, z1 and having direction ratios a, b, c. X minus x1 by a equal to y minus y1 by b equal to z minus z1 by c. So as before we have learned, ABC can be replaced by L, M, N also. Means if direction cosines are given, means x minus x1 by L equal to y minus y1 by M equal to z minus z1 by c. 2-point form, that is line passing through 2 points whose position vectors vector A and vector B, that is vector R is equal to vector A plus lambda into vector B minus vector A. The Cartesian form of the equation is x minus x1 by x2 minus x1 equal to y minus y1 by y2 minus y1 equal to z minus z1 by z2 minus z1. Next, condition for two lines to be parallel, that is vector b1 is equal to lambda into vector b2, or a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. Their direction ratios are proportional, that is in Cartesian equation form. Next, condition for two lines to be perpendicular, that is vector equation are given to you, means vector b1 dot vector b2 must be equal 0. If the equations are in Cartesian form, the condition is a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 is equal to 0. a1 a2 b1 b2 c1 c2 are the direction ratios. Instead of direction ratios, if direction cosines are given to you, means L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2 is equal to 0. Next, we learn about skew lines. Skew line means the lines which are neither parallel nor intersecting and they are lying in different planes or non-coplanar. Shortest distance between two skew lines we have learned, that is there we have studied modulus together we have used, but here I'm just keeping separately because it is easy for you to calculate. Then both are same only. Modulus of b1 cross b2 dot a2 minus a1 divided by modulus of b1 cross b2, and the Cartesian form is determinant x2 minus x1 y2 minus y1 z2 minus z1 a1 b1 c1 a2 b2 c2 divided by root of b1 c2 minus b2 c1 the whole square plus c1 a2 minus c2 a1 the whole square plus a1 b2 minus a2 b1 the whole square. Next, we have learned about distance between, or the shortest distance between two parallel lines. There also we use the modulus together while studying, but here using separately, so it's not a problem, both are same. Which one is convenient, you can use it, that one. Here distance is modulus of b cross a2 minus a1 divided by modulus of b. So you have to by heart these formulas, and not only by hearting, you must be able to identify a1 b1 c1 a2 b2 c2. Then when equations are given to you like this form, that is r is equal to a plus lambda b means vector a and vector b, you must be able to identify. Then direction ratios and direction cosines, x1 y1 z1 x2 y2 z2, all these things you must know how to identify from the equations. Now let's discuss exercise questions. Exercise 11.2, first question. Show that the three lines with the direction cosines 12 by 13, minus 3 by 13, minus 4 by 13, 4 by 13, 12 by 13, 3 by 13, 3 by 13, minus 4 by 13, 12 by 13 are mutually perpendicular. Okay, direction cosines are given to you, L, M, N are given. So we have to prove that these lines are mutually perpendicular. The direction cosines are given to you means the formula is we need to prove that L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2 is equal to 0. Then we can say that the lines are perpendicular. First case we will take, because the two lines only we can take at a time. So first two we have to take first. For the shortest, for the lines with the direction cosines, first two, that is 12 by 13, minus 3 by 13, minus 4 by 13, and 4 by 13, 12 by 13, 3 by 13. That is the second line. L1 L2 M1 M2 N1 N2 we can take, that is 12 by 13 into 4 by 13 plus minus 3 by 13 into 12 by 13 plus minus 4 by 13 into 3 by 13. That is equal to 12 into 4 48, 13 into 13 169, minus 3 into 12, that is minus 36 by 169, 4 into 3, that is minus 12 by 169. So 169, if you take common denominator, numerator will come as 48 minus 36 minus 12. So here numerator, when you check 48 minus 36 minus 12, that is minus 48, that is equal to 0. 0 by 169, that is 0. Hence the lines are perpendicular. Then second case we will take second and third line. For the lines with direction ratios, 4 by 13, 12 by 13, 3 by 13, again 3 by 13, minus 4 by 13, 12 by 13. As before, L1, L2, M1, M2, N1, N2 sums we have to take, that is 4 by 13 into 3 by 13 plus 12 by 13 into minus 4 by 13 plus 3 by 13 into 12 by 13. That is equal to 4 into 3, 12 by 169, 12 into 4, that is 48 by 169, 3 into 12, 36 by 169. 169, if you take common denominator, 12 minus 48 plus 36, that is equal to 36 and 12, if you add 48, 48 minus 48 is 0, 0 by 169 is 0. Next, case 3, that is for the lines with the direction ratios, 3 by 13 minus 4 by 13, 12 by 13, again 12 by 13 minus 3 by 13 minus 4 by 13, means the last one and the first one. Cyclic order we have to take. First we have to take first two, and second we have taken second and third. Now third and first. L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2 is equal to, just multiply it, 3 by 13 into 12 by 13 plus minus 4 by 13 into minus 3 by 13 plus 12 by 13 into minus 4 by 13. That is equal to 3 into 12, that is 36 by 169, minus into minus plus 4 into 3, 12 by 13 into 13, 169, 12 into 4, that is 48, minus 48 by 13 into 13 is 169. That is equal to 36 plus 12 minus 48, numerator, common denominator is 169. That is equal to 0. As before, 36 and 12 we can add, that is 48, 48 minus 48 is 0. So here also their product is 0, that's why the lines are perpendicular. So all these lines are mutually perpendicular, because first two are perpendicular, second and third also perpendicular, first and third also perpendicular. So all these three lines are perpendicular to each other, or mutually perpendicular. Move on to question number 2. The question is, show that the line through the points 1, minus 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 2 is perpendicular to the line through the points 0, 3, 2 and 3, 5, 6. So you must go through the question very carefully. Here there are two lines are given to you, and the points in which these lines are passing, that also given. Here these 2 points are given and a line is passing through these 2 points, and one more line is given that is passing through these 2 points. So we have to prove that these 2 lines are perpendicular. Since the points are given to you, it is easy for us to calculate the direction ratios, because for proving the perpendicular or perpendicularity conditions, we have 2 statements, that is, first one is a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 is equal to 0. Another one is L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2 is equal to 0. So in these two also we can use, but easy one is direction ratios calculation, since the points are given to you here directly. So let's take a rough sketch. So AB and CD we have taken. Point A we have taken as 1 minus 1 2, point B we have taken as 3 4 minus 2, point C 0 3 2 and point D 3 5 6. Let AB be the line joining the points 1 minus 1 2 and 3 4 minus 2. CD be the line through the points 0 3 2 3 5 6. So let's go for finding out the direction ratios of first line AB. Direction ratios calculation, it is quite simple. We have already learned that one. Difference between their points, that is 1 minus 1 2 3 4 minus 2, in the sense we can first calculate as x2 minus x1, that is 3 minus 1. We have taken as first direction ratio, we have taken as a1, that is 3 minus 1, that is equal to 2. Next one b1, 4 minus 1, that is equal to 5. C1, that is equal to minus 2 minus 2, that is equal to 4. Next, for the line CD, these are the coordinates. A2 is 3 minus 0, x2 minus x1, 3 minus 0 is 3. Next one B2, 5 minus 3, 5 minus 3 is 2. Next one C2, that is 6 minus 2, 6 minus 2 is 4. So A1, B1, C1, that is the direction ratios of the first line. This 1 A1, the B1, C1. This one represents the first line, and second line means A2, B2, C2. 3, 2, and 4 are the direction ratios. We have learned the condition, that is, if AB perpendicular to CD implies A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2 is equal to 0. Means if A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2 is 0, in the sense the two lines are perpendicular. Let's check it. A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2. If you write one below the another, it will be easy for you to calculate or multiply. So 2 and 3, if you multiply, that is 2 into 3, 5 into 2, minus 4 into 4. That is equal to 2 into 3 is 6, 5 into 2, 10, minus 4 into 4, that is minus 16. 6 plus 10, that is 16, minus 16, that is equal to 0. So we have got A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2 equal to 0. Therefore, AB and CD are perpendicular to each other. Next, we shall discuss question number 3. The question is, show that the line through the points 4, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4 is parallel to the line through the points minus 1, minus 2, 1, 1, 2, 5. Here, we have to go through the question and identify in which form the question is asked. Show that the line through the points, here 2 points are given. There is a line passing through these 2 points and another line passing through these 2 points. We have to show that these 2 lines are parallel. So this is 2 points are given to you means 2-point form. So that is the form which we have to identify, 2-point form. So let AB be the line through the points 4, 7, 8 and 2, 3, 4, and CD be the line through the points minus 1, minus 2, 1, 1, 2, 5. Here I am not drawing any line, so just you can imagine it. That will be easy for you to learn and practice for the examination purpose. So just substituted the points, that is here A and B, here C and D, that's all. Then we have to prove that these 2 lines are parallel. These 2 lines are parallel in the sense the direction ratios are in proportion. Direction ratios are in proportion. We know how to find out the direction ratios by using 2 points. So for the line AB, the direction ratios are x2 minus x1, that is 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4 is minus 2. Then B1 is 3 minus 7. 3 minus 7 is minus 4. Here A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2 we have to take because there are 2 lines. That's why we are using the numbers A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2. Next is C1 we have to take Z2 minus Z1, that is 4 minus 8. 4 minus 8 is minus 4. Next is for the line CD, the direction ratios A2 is 1 minus minus 1. 1 minus minus 1 is 2. Next is B2 is 2 minus minus 2. 2 minus minus 2 is 4. Then C2 is 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. So AB parallel to CD implies their direction ratios are in proportion. A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2 equal to C1 by C2. Let's check it. A1 by A2, that is minus 2 by 2, that is minus 1. Then B1 by B2, if you check, minus 4 by 4, that is also minus 1. C1 by C2, if you check, that is minus 4 by 4, that is also minus 1. So all the ratios are same. We can conclude A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2 equal to C1 by C2. Therefore, the line connecting these 2 points and these 2 points, both the lines are parallel. Hence, AB is parallel to CD. Next, we shall discuss question number 4. The question is, find the equation of the line passes through point 1, 2, 3 and is parallel to the vector 3i cap plus 2j cap minus 2k cap. From here onwards, you have to recall all your formulas and you have to identify which form it is. Here, one point is given, a parallel vector also given. So that is point parallel form. So point parallel form is vector R is equal to vector A plus lambda into vector B. So while reading the question itself, the formula should come to your mind. Let the line passes through the point A, 1, 2, 3. So we have taken the point as A, 1, 2, 3. Then the line passes through the point A and parallel to vector B is given by R is equal to vector A plus lambda into vector B. These 2 steps, if it is not necessary, means no need to write. If you feel inconvenience, no need to write. Directly also we can write the answer. It's not a problem. So let the line passes through the point A. We have taken simply one one alphabet A, that is passing through point. Then vector B is the parallel vector. Vector R is equal to A plus lambda B is the formula. The first duty is to write vector A and vector B. Vector A, we know vector A we have to write the vector A in the sense the position vector of point A. This time we have to recall the derivation we have done there in the formula. So vector A is the position vector of the given point. Position vector of given point we can easily write. The given point is 1, 2, 3. So we have to formulate and vector equation by using these 1, 2, 3 coordinates. So I cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap. And B is the parallel vector. It is given to you here. That is 3i cap plus 2j cap minus 2k cap. Once you are able to identify this vector A and vector B, or you are able to write vector A and vector B from the given question, your duty is over. So substitute it. Vector R is equal to vector A we have written here I plus 2j cap plus 3k cap, that is written, plus lambda into vector B is same 3i plus 2j minus 2k. So that's all. This is the answer. Move on to question number 5. The question is, find the equation of the line in vector and in Cartesian form that passes through the point with the positive vector 2i cap minus j cap plus 4k cap and is in the direction of I cap plus 2j cap minus k cap. Here, first of all, you have to go through the question clearly and identify the formula. So here find the equation of a line in vector and Cartesian form that passes through the point, passes through one particular point. The vector form is given to you there 2i cap minus j plus 4k cap, means the coordinates we can write from here directly. Passing through the point 2 minus 1 4, passing through the point 2 minus 1 4. From here we can write the points, coordinates, and is in the direction of I cap plus 2j cap minus k cap. In the direction of means it is a vector given to us, it is called the parallel vector. So it is in the direction of, that is a keyword, it is in the direction of I cap plus 2j cap minus k cap, in the sense this is a parallel vector. So one point we have got from here, parallel vector also given to us. So one point and parallel, so that is point parallel form. Vector form we have to write. Vector A, it is 2i minus j plus 4 cap. In the previous question, coordinates are given and we have written the position vector. Now the vector itself is given, so that is easy. And vector B, that is a parallel vector, that is I plus 2j minus k. The line passes through a point and parallel to a vector is given to you. Vector is given by vector R is equal to vector A plus lambda into vector B. Just substitute it. That is vector R is equal to vector A 2i cap minus j cap plus 4k cap plus lambda into vector B is I cap plus 2j minus k cap. Next is the Cartesian form. For writing the Cartesian form, just recall the formula. Recall the formula in your mind. That is Cartesian form is x minus x1 by A equal to y minus y1 by b, z equal to z minus z1 by c. Here we need x1, y1, z1. That is a passing through point. So from here you will get, as I mentioned before, x1 is 2, y1 is minus 1 and z1 is 4. So x1 we can write 2, y1 minus 1, z1 4. Then ABC we will get it from the parallel vector, that is A is 1, B is 2 and C is minus 1. Once again x1, y1, z1 is from the given vector. The position vector is given, from there you have to write 2 minus 1 4 and direction ratio is A1, B1, C1. Sorry, here A, B, C is enough because only one line. So A, B and C 1, 2 and minus 1 you will get it from the parallel vector. So x minus x1 by A equal to y minus y1 by B equal to z minus z1 by C. Just substitute it. X minus x1 is 2, then y1 is minus 1. So these two minus together plus, that is y plus 1 by 2. Then z minus z1 is 4. So z minus 4 by C is minus 1. So this is the Cartesian form of the given question. Next, move on to question number 6. The question is, find the Cartesian equation of the line which passes through the point -2, 4, -5 and parallel to the line given by x plus 3 by 3 equal to y minus 4 by 4 equal to z plus 8 by 6. Here, go through the question and identify the given conditions and the required formula. Find the Cartesian equation of the line which passes through the point. So here one point is given -2, 4, -5 and parallel to the line. So here parallel to the line given to you. So if a parallel line is given to you means from here we can write the direction ratios of the parallel vector. Here x1, y1, z1, that is a given point. From here easily we will get the direction ratios of the parallel vector. So one point and a parallel vector. So point parallel form. Here given that the line passes through the point -2, 4, -5 and is parallel to this line x plus 3 by equal to y minus 4 by 5 equal to z plus 8 by 6. So this one is x minus x1 by a, y minus y1 by b, z minus z1 by c. So the denominator represent a, b and c. So a, b and c are the direction ratios. Cartesian form we have to write. Cartesian form is x minus x1 by a equal to y minus y1 by b equal to z minus z1 by c. So x1, y1, z1 we will get it from here. That is x1 is 2, y1 is 4 and z1 is -5. And here the vector is not given but a line is given to you, but the direction, since they are parallel to the line in the sense their direction ratios we can take same 3, 5 and 6. That is a is equal to 3, b is equal to 5 and c is equal to 6. So the required equation is x minus x1, that is x minus -2 by 3, y minus y1 by b, y minus 4 by 5 equal to z minus z1 by c. So z1 is -5. So z minus -5 by 6. That is x minus -2, that is x plus 2 by 3, y minus 4 by 5, z minus minus is plus. So z plus 5 by 6. This is the required equation. Next we shall discuss question number 7. The question is the Cartesian equation of a line is x minus 5 by 3 equal to y plus 4 by 7 is equal to z minus 6 by 2. Write its vector form. While going through the question itself, it is quite clear. This is in the form x minus x1 by a equal to y minus y1 by b equal to z minus z1 by c. That is point parallel form. You have to write its vector form, means r is equal to vector a plus lambda into vector b. Here the Cartesian equation is given x minus 5 by 3, y plus 4 by 7 equal to z minus 6 by 2. Comparing with the general form x minus x1 by a, y minus y1 by b equal to z minus z1 by c. By comparing these two, we can write x1, y1 is z1. x1 is 5, then y1 is minus 4. Here there is a minus, here there is plus. So y1 is minus 4 and z1 is 6. Next is a is 3, b is 7 and c is 2. So x1, y1, z1, a, b and c we have taken. Now the required equation is of the form vector r is equal to vector a plus lambda into vector b. This is the vector form of point parallel form. So vector r is equal to vector a plus lambda into vector b. Vector a we can form, that is the position vector of the given point, passing through point. So passing through point is 5 minus 4, 6. So vector a we can write as 5i minus 4j plus 6k. Then b is the parallel vector. Parallel vector we can write by using these direction ratios. That is vector b is equal to 3i plus 7j plus 2k. Once again, vector a is the position vector of the given point. Given point is 5, minus 4 and 6. Vector b is the parallel vector, that is direction ratios. We can use this one and write 3, 7 and 2. It's written. Just substitute it. Vector r is equal to a is 5i minus 4j plus 6k plus lambda into vector b. Vector b is 3i plus 7j plus 2k. So r is equal to 5i minus 4j plus 6k plus lambda into 3i plus 7j plus 2k. That is the required vector form of the given equation. Next we shall discuss question number 8. The question is find the vector and the Cartesian equation of the lines that passes through the origin and 5, minus 2, 3. Let's identify the question or the formula. Here it is, in which form it is asked. Here, passing through the origin is a point, 0 0 0 are the coordinates, and one more coordinates or one more point is given, 5 minus 2 3, means here 1 point, here 1 point, so 2 points are given. That's why it is 2-point form. So identifying the process, that is very important. So this is 2-point form. Here you have to write the required equation in vector form first. First of all, you have to identify the position vector of the first point, that is vector A. It is our origin, 0 0 0 are the coordinates. Writing position vector in the sense 0i plus 0j plus 0k, and vector B is equal to the position vector of the second point, that is 5i cap minus 2j cap plus 3k cap. So the vector form of the equation, line passing through 2 points A and B, the vector form is vector R is equal to vector A plus lambda into vector B minus vector A. The previous question, it is 1 point and parallel vector is given. So R is equal to A plus lambda B is the formula. Here 2 points are given. So 2-point form, vector form is R is equal to A plus lambda into B minus A. Let's substitute it. Vector R is equal to A. Vector A is a 0 vector plus lambda into B minus A. Just subtract and write 5 minus 0, that is 5i, minus 2 minus 0, that is minus 2i, 3 minus 0, that is 3k cap. So that is equal to 0 vector, no need to write, lambda into 5i cap minus 2j cap plus 3k cap is the vector form. Next, Cartesian form. Cartesian form, we know that x minus x1 by x2 minus x1 equal to y minus y1 by y2 minus y1 is equal to z minus z1 by z2 minus z1. So we need to identify x1 y1 z1, x2 y2 z2. x1 y1 z1, it is quite clear. First point, origin. So x1 0, y1 0, z1 0. x2 y2 z2. From here we can write x2 is 5, y2 is minus 2, z2 is 3. Let's substitute it. X minus x1 by x2 minus x1 equal to y minus y1 by y2 minus y1 equal to z minus z1 divided by z2 minus z1. When you substitute, x minus x1 is 0, y1 0, z1 0. So numerator y minus 0, z minus 0. x2 minus x1, that is 5 minus 0 is 5. y2 minus y1, minus 2 minus 0, minus 2 minus 0 is minus 2. z2 minus z1, that is 3 minus 0 is 3. Little bit calculation we can do, that is x by 5 equal to y by 2 equal to z by 3. That is the Cartesian form of the equation. Move on to question number 9. The question is, find the vector and the Cartesian equation of the line that passes through the point 3 minus 2 minus 5 and 3 minus 2 6. Here clearly given 2 points, so it is in 2-point form. So we have to write the vector equation as well as the Cartesian equations. So you have to try this question at home as homework. Dear students, today we have discussed equation of a line in point parallel form, 2-point form, distance between two parallel lines, distance between skew lines. And we also solved first 9 questions from exercise 11.2. If you are not practicing it properly, you will not be able to solve the questions independently when it is asked in the examination. So I request all the students to practice it properly, and while practicing, if you have any doubt, please note it and keep. We will discuss it during the online session. Thank you for watching.